What's up? So I think it's safe to say that Season 10 of Fortnite has been a divisive one for many players. But whether you love the new updates or not, I think we can all agree that the glitches of this season have been downright awful. Absolutely disgusting. Between mechs taco dancing and turning into a table when you crouch, Epic has been throwing a lot of new features into the game, and with that comes a lot of bugs. And while some of these bugs are just simply downright annoying, a lot of them are actually being used to exploit the game to get free wins. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do today is look at 7 game-breaking glitches of Season 10. And lastly, before we do get into it, make sure to like and subscribe in the next 5 minutes or this spider will be in your bed. Actually, that's a bold-faced lie. That spider won't be in your bed if you don't do it. But do you really want to take the chance? All right, let's do this. So coming in at number 7, we've got what I would say is the most pay-to-win cosmetic item of any season ever. Now, there's certainly been some questionable dances and skins that had the community a little bit riled up, but never before has there been a pickaxe that does 56 damage. You heard me right, 56. So last week, the community was in a huge uprage because both the Star Wand and AC/DC pickaxe had some sort of bug where it would do 56 damage every time it was swung at a player. And I gotta tell ya, it sure made the early games easy. If anyone ever landed on top of you on a building, they were just instantly dead. And while I don't have AC/DC, I was actually fortunate enough to have purchased the Star Wand and I was able to try it out myself. It was pretty dirty. By the time someone even realized I was swinging at them, they were dead. But that's not the worst part of this glitch. Now, I wasn't able to land any zesty headshots myself, but apparently if you did so, it was worth 85 damage a shot. 2 shots to kill at 150 HP and 3 shots to kill at full shield. What? That is just an absolute absurdity. Now, rumors have it that this was some issue related to Save the World, but all we know for sure is that it was affecting Battle Royale in a pretty major way. Now, moving on to our next spot, we're gonna be looking at drift boards. So, like, I don't even know how many seasons we've had drift boards in this game, but they're still bugging out. And I'm not talking shopping cart bad, where, you know, for the most part, it was a little bit annoying, but nothing too crazy. With the drift boards, it's like game breaking. I am talking people getting absolutely tossed to the point where they're out of the storm and they're dead.
What?
I'm going over here. Yo, what was that?
So if that happens to you, I mean, that's gotta be pretty annoying. And while it's not something that's gonna secure you a free win, it's certainly going to ruin your game if it happens to you. And moving on to number 5, we've got one of the many mech glitches. Now, if I had wanted to, I probably could have just made an entire video looking at mech glitches, but I wanted to only do 2, and this is the first of one. It's one of the main 2 invincibility glitches of the mech. Now, this glitch has since been patched, but when it was a thing, it was one of the most game-breaking things I've ever seen in Fortnite. So all you have to do with this glitch is obviously first get yourself a mech, and then get yourself down to less than roughly 10 health. You basically just needed your health low enough so that a stink bomb would kill you. You would then throw the stink bomb down, go into your mech, and as soon as you walk into the stink bomb, which should kill you, you stomp. From there, the second last step is just have a teammate revive you. And from there, the last step was very simple. All you had to do was just jump into the ocean, and as you're in the air, hit the self-destruct button. This would somehow basically allow you to get out of the map with 0 health. You essentially have no HUD, you can't see anything, but players can't kill you because you're out of the map. And also the fact that you're sitting in the ocean would make you pretty hard to spot in the first place. But from the perspective of a player in the final circle, you kind of just have no idea what's going on. Like, clearly the enemy is not around you, they don't have a sky base, and you're just sitting there thinking, okay, why aren't I winning? I should have won this. I'm losing. Okay, I lost. This game is really, really stupid. Now moving on to number 4, we've got the unlimited taco dance. So I, for one, think I probably could have predicted that adding in a feature that forces you to dance might negatively affect the game, but you know, I'm not Epic. That's not me. I'm sorry, Epic, if you're watching this, but I'm just really not a big fan of the taco dance. Just as a quick side note rant, the taco dance is the most useless, pointless feature ever added to the entirety of this game. It is pointless, it is game breaking, and costs players wins. So please, Epic, remove it. But anyways, this was a glitch that basically forced players to do the taco dance indefinitely. It was some sort of issue related to the taco dance activating when you went up into the island when it was next to Greasy Grove. And basically, if you flew out of the taco dance zone, can't believe I'm even saying that about Fortnite, basically what would happen is you would just taco dance forever. It seems like for some players this might have added invincibility, but for 9 out of 10, they were just stuck taco dancing until someone would kill them. Another very, very sad way to go. Now moving on to number 3, I think this is a glitch that a lot of people didn't know about, as the mech one seems to have been most in the forefront of people's minds. But this is actually 0 recoil. Yeah, so this was something that was also fixed pretty quick, but I feel like was really, really OP. So this was a glitch available for console players with controllers only, but again, it allowed the player to have 0 recoil. You would go into your controller settings, and there was actually a feature that would allow you to put reset camera on your D-pad. And basically all you'd have to do to get 0 recoil is hold it down when you shot. And that was it. Like, it was a super, super easy glitch to add into your game and just make your guns ridiculously OP. Now, it didn't take away bloom or anything like that, but on a lot of weapons that have some insane recoil, this was obviously a little bit OP. Maybe not completely game breaking like being invincible, but if this was something that was used right, I'm sure it gave players a lot of unfair wins. All right, now moving on to number 2, we are back to the taco dance. But this time we're looking at canceling the stupid thing. Honestly, in my opinion, this should just be a feature, but you know, again, I don't work for Epic, so whatever. So the taco dance, as previously stated, is one of the things that really just has frustrated a lot of players. When you're in the middle of a fight and you start dancing, that's not fun. So players started trying to figure out a workaround for how to cancel this. And there was one workaround that was actually quite simple and effective. All you had to do is set a ceiling right over a launch pad, and if you hit the taco dance, you just jump on it and just let it bounce you up and down a few times, and that was it. It would cancel it out. Unfortunately, that glitch has since been patched, but players in the game are resourceful and they figured out another one. Now this one was a little more complicated, but still quite simple as long as you had the right tools. All you had to do is create a barrier between the taco dance zone and the snow just outside of Greasy Grove. You can see on my screen there's kind of like a little corner that's the snow, and that's outside of Greasy, but where it's green, it's still in the taco dance zone. And then all you had to do was just drive your hoverboard into that circle and eject at the right time on the hoverboard, and it would basically just glitch out to think that you are still on the hoverboard, but in Greasy Grove. But because it thought you were still on a hoverboard, for some reason or other, it would cancel out. Now, when I did this for gameplay, it was something that was still in the game, but Epic is pretty quick to patch things, so I would expect this to be patched in the next couple of days, which is a real shame, because I sure do hate doing that taco dance. You know, it's great music and it's a really fun dance, but let me do it when I want to, Epic, please. But with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, the most ridiculous, stupid, and overpowered glitch I've seen to date in Fortnite, actually I was gonna say season 10, but I just think ever, is the Invincible Night glitch. So this one actually worked off of the same mechanic as the ocean glitch, but allowed the player to just walk around freely for the rest of the game. And not only was this a glitch that was obviously very game breaking, it was also extremely easy to do, because all a player needed was a mech and a junk rift. So all you had to do was throw the junk rift at the feet of the mech and then hop into the mech. From there, the stuff's gonna fall down on top of you, but just before it hits you, you had to stomp with the mech. And that was it. You would be pushed out of the mech with 0 HP, no guns, basically like no HUD, I guess, and invincibility. So not only did this give you invincibility, but it allowed you to basically taunt the other players and obviously have 0 consequences. You could just run around the map till the end of the game and players would see you just chilling in the storm like dancing and be like, ah, well, this sucks because we lost. And yeah. Now on the bright side, this glitch has fortunately been patched, but it certainly was one of the more game-breaking things I think we've ever seen in Fortnite. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our list for today. Thank you so much for making it all the way through on this one. If you're new to the channel, maybe I earned your subscription. If you just enjoyed the video, maybe I earned a like. And go hit me up on Twitter, all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you later. Peace out, you freaking nerds. I gotta say, it's great talking to you, Roman. I go to you and talk to you and it's like, oh, it's just so straightforward. You know what you're doing. You're a legend.